Okay. We're close.
Yo. Oh my gosh. Those rats are so cute.
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi.
Hello. Oh my
Sarah,
gosh.
why
Is
are
it
you
a white?
wearing, why are you wearing a mask? You're on virtual.
Because I'm in a store.
Oh, you're in the store? Oh, you have a, is that a real background or is that a green screen?
Green screen.
Got it. That's funny. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm keeping the camera this way so you guys don't see the set just yet.
Okay, cool. Are you in a school? Are you in a classroom?
Yes.
It looks like my high school science lab.
We are in a classroom. I will not say which one because I don't know if we're allowed to be in classrooms right now.
Okay. I didn't ask anything.
But you can see the rat. Can
Yeah.
you bring him to the camera? Yes.
Oh,
Show Sarah your friend. This is Velcro.
Velcro. Oh my gosh. What a cutie. Oh, what a sweet baby. Oh,
He's
I love
something.
I love them. They're so cute.
Yeah, they are.
Too cool.
I don't like it. For such a small package, it has so much intimidation to it. Yeah, I'm a big pussy about these things. That's exactly just me. Totally just me. Oh, I didn't tell you until now, and I'm telling you now.
Okay.
You didn't bring any hair stuff, did you? I assume you didn't.
That's in my car.
What do you can you throw that on? Yeah. We need to style this. You can probably just do it with your hands because it's like plastic.
Okay.
But I just need to style it a little bit just to have some.
I can get
You can probably. I'm sorry. You can probably just.
gel or
You don't even. I don't think you need to do that. Like if you mess with it now, it should probably hold the shape.
You just want you almost kind of just more cheesy.
3 mohawks. So it stays kind of where you put it. I just want there to be some. It's just sitting in my car, so we just need a little bit of something to it.
Okay.
Yeah. I had it cut and we had put dry shampoo throughout it to get the. Do you mind if I have you sit on that side? We're going to do makeup right here if you don't mind. I'll grab you. You can grab that chair if you would like. What's that? Yeah, if you don't mind. Thank you. Probably over there somewhere too.
All right, so we're just shifting.
You're staying here.
I'm staying here?
You need to be on rat duty.
I'm on rat.
But like when rats happen, you need to be on rat duty.
Yeah.
Wait, no, you can go over there until we need rat duty. Sit on that little.
Janet,
I need that chair.
Janet,
Sit on that
you're gonna
wonky
love
chair.
this.
Here, I got you a chair right here.
I'm the size of a child. It's fine. I can sit on the children's stools. This
Yeah,
is weird anyways. I don't know.
There you go.
Can I have one?
You just talk kind of quiet. Kind of quiet. You need to go that way. Sorry. Actually, let's move everyone to that corner. Just go that way. Yes, it's a core workout.
It's for the wiggly kids.
And then you go right there. Thank you.
All right, it's 4 o'clock, so we're gonna get this started in about 3 or 4 minutes. Let people start trickling in. If you're just tuning in, thank you so much for joining us. You should let us know where you are tuning in from in the chat. I recognize a few names from webinars earlier today. Thanks for joining with us all day.
Jesse, you want to start bringing your stuff together? Put the right away.
Honolulu? What? Can I where you are? Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
Honolulu?
Yes.
Dang, thank you.
I want to be there.
You should go out, go outside. Honolulu. I'll be right over here.
I'll be over here.
Yeah.
Texas, Arizona, Arkansas.
Maybe.
So just a reminder for all of you Arkansas people, I am currently at the Little Rock location of Bedford's.
You can do a little, bit of it online.
So
Just don't want to look a full.
Ithaca, New York, very cool. Oh, planning to shoot surfing, just rub it in my face. Just kidding, I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding. I have never been to Hawaii. That is still on the list. North Jersey, very cool. Tulsa. New York City, fun. The weather up there is supposed to be awesome right now, isn't it? We do like 2 more minutes, and then we'll get started.
And bigger? Oh.
Yeah, I'm so bummed. And this month Jonathan and I both, and Janet would be going up to New York City to go to Photo Plus, but not anymore.
Yes, we would.
I'm super bummed. Yeah, you're welcome, Marcia. I'm glad you've been attending. I know. I sure hope next year.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, this comes off.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, because they're reversible. Yeah, something like that. But you can do a little bit of an outline on the goggle.
Special shout out to my boss, Sue. Hi. He's hanging. Don't mess up, Jonathan. My boss is watching.
We'll see what happens. I can be quite a spiteful jerk.
Alrighty, well, it is 4:04, so I think we should start. Let's get going. So first and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody tuning in. It looks like we have a little over 60 people, but keeps growing, which is awesome. If you've been hanging out with us all day at these webinars, thank you so much. I really hope that you've learned a few things or have at least come out of these inspired if you haven't learned anything. A little bit of housekeeping. We are offering special pricing to starting today through next Saturday at Bedford's. This is anywhere between $25 to $50 off most Tamron lenses. And you can visit them in store or you can do this online. They'll send you the paperwork to get the rebate. So without further ado, I want to introduce Jonathan Thorpe, our image master. How long have you been with Tamron? Like forever?
I think 6 years, 6 or 7 years.
Okay, cool. I was going to guess 8, but I was off.
Yeah.
You guys are in for a treat. I've been teasing every class today saying if you attend even just one of them, attend this one because there's a lot of moving pieces and it's not like anything that you see typically in webinars. So let's start.
So let's start. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Oh, one more quick thing, everybody. So Jonathan's going to be sharing his screen, so you can see the tethering from his camera. What I would recommend doing on your screen is making sure that you see his camera and you can pull it to make it bigger, because there's going to be a camera following him on set. That way you can see what he's doing and he's not just a little tiny box in the corner. So definitely expand it so you can see what's going on. So, alrighty, have fun.
Thank you, Sarah. Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Thorpe. I am a commercial and portrait photographer here in Washington, D.C. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. From what I understand, you guys have had a pretty full day of instruction, and thank you so much for just hanging tight and wrapping up the day with me on this shoot. So the type of stuff that I typically do is what I commonly refer to as cinematic portraiture. It's a portrait in its essence, but it looks more like a movie still, and there's a lot more things that kind of go into it as far as the production side of these type of shots. And that's what we're going to look at today. Since it's Halloween and spooky times are upon us, we decided to kind of embrace that a little bit for this shot and go with a mad scientist theme. As you can see that we're in a classroom. We are in a science classroom, which has been very beneficial to this whole set. And behind me, we see my makeup artist, Jesse, and Brian doing makeup on our mad scientist to start off with. I'll go this way and you can see a little bit more of the set. And I know what you're thinking. So it's a cinematic portrait, right? And we're in a classroom. So how are we going to make this whole thing kind of come together? And what's going to really hit this whole idea home? And this is all going to come down to lighting. When it's all said and done, this will be a 4-strobe photo with lots of different moving parts in it. Fog machines. We have live rats that are going to be in the photo, multiple light sources, gels, the whole nine. We're going to use all these different things to create this one cohesive image that sells this whole mad scientist kind of, I don't know, Bride of Frankenstein, Dr. Jekyll kind of vibe to the whole shot. So how this all goes when you're doing these type of shoots is there's so many things that have to go into the production of the shot. It's you know, we could do this in a studio. You know, we can set up a shot in the studio, maybe have one of the test tubes, one of the flasks, and with makeup, you know, it'll. Sorry, guys. I just looked at. Since you resized the goggles, it's a totally different situation now. It's better. Yes, it's better. It's out of control. Sorry. Yes, we could do the shot in a studio. We could do the shot pretty much anywhere, but we're trying to hit it home. We're trying to really make this idea cohesive and make, you know, believable, right? So we have the background of the science classroom. We have all the beakers and glass behind. We have the skeleton. We have all these different things. We have a real kidney. We have a brain. We have all this stuff. And yes, this has all been as a result of being able to use the classroom for this photo. But everything you see on the table here outside of the kidney and brain, I bought for this shot to make this all work. And those are the type of steps you need to take when doing these type of things, because you're trying to make it believable and you're trying to make it interesting and different. So yes, we could just do a portrait of him in a studio and that would be great. But when we start to add in these other elements that help sell the narrative, it just makes the shot way more believable and way more interesting and kind of fun. And honestly, in photography and video, whatever you guys, whatever your choice of media is, we enjoy shooting. We don't want to spend time editing. We don't want to go home and spend another 4 hours in front of Photoshop trying to get this image to be perfect. We want to take the time up front to get the image right from the beginning, because after all, we're shooters, not editors, right? So we want to put that effort into it and really help sell our images in that way. That being said, there will be 2 things in Photoshop that I will add later to this shot that I'm going to go ahead and say up front. We will add a little bit of fire to the Bunsen burner because we couldn't get it to work. And the little Tesla coil here, or whatever you would call it, we'll have some sparks flying off of that in post. Everything else that you see in the photo, obviously, will be live and happening in real time. How are we doing over here?
I mean, I feel like he looks like
He's had a bit of a day.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing we're going to do with this is the first image that we take will be the natural light photo, the best we could possibly do in the situation that we're in the classroom. From there, we'll start to build our lights up one by one. I haven't done any test shots yet, so we're both gonna see these things as they happen in real time. I have set lights in certain spots I know I'm gonna use, but I don't know the power outputs. I don't know any of that stuff just yet. So we'll do that as we go. He's ready? Okay. This is Brian, everyone.
Hey guys.
Brian is going to go that way, so you don't have to deal with the tube there. Brian's our scientist. I'll slide all this stuff over. So I'll share my Lightroom screen. I'm shooting tethered, and today we're shooting on the Canon EOS R with the Tamron 24-70 2.8 G2, VC-G2. One of my favorite kind of go-to lenses. Very, very, very sharp. The 24-70 is obviously one of the most usable focal lengths that you can have as far as a wide shot versus a tight portrait. But we should be getting, let me cancel this out. So I'll go ahead and I'll start sharing the Lightroom screen. Let me set my tether here. All right, there we go. And all right, so Lightroom should be sharing now. If it's not, just someone scream at me and let me know, but it should be sharing.
Nope, you're good.
Thank you.
Just a reminder, everyone, if you have Jonathan's video as a small little square in the corner, you can drag at the corners and make it bigger. I highly recommend doing that just so you get a good view of what he's doing on set.
Thank you, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So Jesse's doing a little final touch-ups. And while Jesse's doing this, it's a good time to talk about this stuff. These production shoots, it does require a lot of people to do it. We have Jesse on makeup. We have Brian that came to be the mad scientist. Other way, we'd have wardrobe. I did the set design on this myself, but typically I'd have someone do the set design. I was here last night for about 4 hours setting all this up to get it just right. We were actually gonna go out and buy some bookcases off Craigslist at like 10 o'clock at night to really try to like make this the perfect set, but didn't work out. It takes a lot to do this stuff. And I hear a lot of photographers who live in different areas who I don't have access to a makeup artist. I don't have access to a hairstylist, blah, 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 blah. You can go to like a Sephora or a makeup store and just ask the girls or ask the makeup artist there, like, hey, do you want to do shoots? And they'll usually say yes. And you'll get a makeup artist like that or a hairstylist. Go to any salon, ask them to be a part of your shoot, and they'll do it. They will. They want to do those type of creative things for the most part. So if you're ever looking for resources like that, just go out and talk to people. And like I said, they'll typically say yes. Now, that's how I met you. I mean, that's not how I met you, but it's kind of how I met you. Yeah. How did I meet you? Were you recommended? Who do we know? That sounds weird. I just found Jesse online. God, it's ridiculous that I've done anything for 10 years in my life. Okay. This is so much to deal with. Okay. Go ahead and slide that flask. Oh, that's actually the spot where it was in. That's crazy. So guys, we're gonna do our first exposure here. This will be a total guess. Let's see. And hopefully you can see my camera settings as well, right? Yeah. We'll start there. Let's see what we got here. Let's hold that frame right there. Okay, so first test shot, available light. Meh, right? Not the greatest of shots. We have to be careful with that white coat that we don't blow it out too much. So first test shot, this is almost as good as it gets. I'm gonna go down on my shutter speed just a little bit because I don't wanna raise my ISO any higher than 400 for this test. And I'm gonna go to actually f4 and just leave it there. Let's go a little bit brighter. That's a little bit better. So not a bad, shot, not a bad place to start with. And that's kind of the best we could do in our situation if we didn't have any other lights to bring in. Now, I know I'm talking about using 4 strobes today, and a lot of people do freak out about strobes and multiple light sources, whatever. But you don't necessarily need to use strobes. Any type of light will work. Speed lights, LEDs. I mean, even like the little $20 Home Depot lights, the clamp lights, those work fine. Anything that emits light, because the camera doesn't know any better. You're just adding light to a shot. Let's try the pose that we talked about. So that'll be in your left hand. And you'll hold it toward me just a little bit and just, you're very impressed with yourself. Just, yes, yeah. That way we get an accurate test shot here. Excellent. And this is kind of what the frame's gonna look like when we're done, or not when we're done, but this is the pose I'm gonna have them in. We'll change it a little bit, obviously, but that's kind of where I wanna start. So again, not bad. We see all the details really nicely on the table, but we do get we get too much information in the shot, meaning I think we see just too much of the frame behind him. That's gonna be a result of that ambient light. So I'm gonna start dialing my exposure down. And I wanna make it so the next test shot is almost pitch black. And then we're gonna start introducing lights to fill in all those shadows in the frame. So I'm gonna keep it at f4. I'm gonna take my ISO down to 100 and shutter speed at 200. Pretty typical settings for using off-camera light. Excellent. You see just how much darker the frame is getting already. Now I want to go probably a little bit darker than that even. We'll go to ISO 50 or low on Canon. It's simulated, but it's good enough. And that's probably where I'll start my shot from. And we'll start introducing our lights now. So the first thing I'm gonna do, I'll stop sharing so I can make a bigger screen. Or actually, if you guys have resized it, you should be able to see me well. So I'll just keep it like this so you guys can see the side by side as we go. The first light I'm gonna talk about using is gonna be the background light. Now, something that I do in all of my shoots is I light everything back to front. Now, what that means is my key light is gonna be the last light that I introduce to the shot, which is typically kind of the quote unquote wrong way of doing a photo shoot. And the reason I do it, I don't really know. My mother was a painter, or is a painter, and growing up I was always around painting, and that's kind of how you do painting. You layer one layer down from back to front. So in photography, it kind of transitioned that way for me. Now, most photographers would put up their key light first and then build around that. But for me, when it comes to location-based shoots like this one, I want to make sure that the location is considered. And I want to make sure that the light on the location is still very interesting and very thoughtful and very deliberate. So I want to make sure my environment is lit correctly, and then I want to bring that light in and put it on him. Because after all, in environmental portrait, there's two subjects. There's the actual portrait. In this case, it's Brian. But otherwise, it's the location. We have to make sure we're paying attention to that and that we're not just using it as an afterthought. Because we're here for a reason. Like, we're here to sell the whole mad scientist story, right? If it was in a studio on a blank wall, it doesn't matter that much. But with this, we want to make sure we're giving some type of thought into the background and into the actual environment so that all that beautiful light that we put on him also reflects into the location. So the first light we're going to build up with is going to be the light that goes on the background. Now for that, I'm going to use, the strobes I'm using today are the Westcott FJ400s. The light we're going to use for that background is going to be their 45-degree long throw reflector, and I'll pull that over right now. The cool thing about this reflector is it has a really, really far throw. And you can see it's kind of huge. Now what this is going to do is I'm going to boom this overhead, and I'm going to try to get it right over top of his hair, the wig. This is not his real hair. We should probably make that clear. Yeah, we don't want people to think. We're going to try to get that over his head and like kind of scallop down across it and then light up that wall behind, which may or may not work. I haven't tried it yet. But I also have grids for it. And in case we are getting too much spill, I can put a grid on that. Now a grid just restricts the light. It doesn't let it kind of spill in either direction. It focuses it forward. Our key light's also going to have a grid on it. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the grids when we get down to that part of the shot. Because we're lighting, when we're in a small space like this, you want to use grids to really control that light. So this light will go up first. Let me change this. Now all these lights are going to have their own groups. This is group C, so this is my third group. I'm going to have two lights on either side that'll be in the second group. And then finally, The other group will be that key light. So this is group C, and this will have its own power output. We're going to go ahead and boom this up. Actually, we're going to turn on a different camera. We're going to turn on the modeling light too, so we can see where this light is actually going. But I'll get it up first. Eric, can you get a wide enough shot to show all that? Yep. You see, it's high up, like it's up there, and we want to be able to just get that over his head. Eric, does this get too dark? Let me know. Super dark for me?
He looks good.
Yeah, that light's nice on him, I'm sure. All right. So I'm going to go dark on it because I want to show the lighting on that back wall. So I'm going to go pitch black for a second, everybody. Now, if you take a look at the scene, just increase the, whatever you got to increase the exposure. You can see some of that light is still spilling onto him. So I'm going to bring it back down and really try to turn it so that light is just hitting that wall behind, okay? So we'll go ahead, I'll bring these lights back up. That's one of the cool things about using strobes is having that modeling light, so it gives you a nice preview of what the light's looking like first. Jesse, you mind killing the lights for me again? So we're gonna kill the lights one more time and then start to bring this light back up. And we see we're still getting a nice spotlight behind it, but now it's a little bit less hitting him. Now I want those shadows to fall down like they're doing. So from there, I'm pretty pleased with that. And actually, I'm gonna move this a little bit closer in. So no lights hitting him. It's all kind of spilling behind him. That's gonna give us a nice light on that back wall. Can you go ahead and give me lights, please? Thank you. And we're gonna start there. So my trigger, I can control all the power of the lights from this. We're gonna start on that group C. Now, with these strobes particularly, they don't really have the typical 1 1/2 or quarter power. It's a system that Westcott uses from 1 to 9. It's currently set to 2.7. I don't know what that means as far as how much power, but I'm gonna go down to a 2, just so I know it's not gonna need too much to hit. And we'll start from there. Thank you. You look so proud of it. So our first test shot, we have that light coming in behind. There we go. And it's not spilling onto him, which is kind of perfect. We can probably go up a little bit higher with it as far as the power goes, but from there, I'm pretty pleased with what that's looking like. I'm gonna move it a little bit further back, so I do have some room to move it. Just wanna really make sure we're not getting any of that light on him. All right. I'm going to increase the power a little bit. It was at 2 before. We're going to try it at a 3. Excellent. That's actually better. So we got that cool crisp light behind and no light on Brian. Really good start. And we can start to introduce the other lights into the shot. So what I've already done is I know in advance what the light's kind of going to look like. I know it's going to be 2 rim lights and that key light. So we're going to start to bring up those rim lights now. I put these back here already. Now these are going to be little 1x2 strip boxes. And I'm going to put these up on the table. Now what I've gone ahead and done before, and I know this, I'll bring it to you guys because this is kind of an important thing. I know you'll be able to see it from there. Inside of these is a gel. You can kind of see it shoved in there, right? Yeah. These are just Amazon like transparency sheets from like the old school like overhead projectors from our youth. So you don't really need to buy like fancy gels necessarily. Just colored cellophane will work just fine, which is what we're using today. We just kind of shove them in the softbox and we'll get that beautiful kind of gelled light that comes from these. Now something I am going to do also is I'm going to put a flag on these lights. Now what a flag is going to be a black piece of foam core, any type of thing that's not reflective. I'm going to clamp that up here. What that's going to do is not let any of this light spill onto the background. It's all going to focus straight to him the whole time. Just like that. So you can see from the side, it's just going to keep the light going forward and not letting it hit the background. Bring that way. All right, raise it up just a touch. And we're going to put this in group B this time. Okay. So before I bring up the other light, we're going to test that one first and see where we're sitting. All right, there we go. Okay, so this power is going to be at 4. So again, we're at 3 on the background, 4 on the side light, and we're going to see what that looks like first. I don't think it fired, did it? Nope, because it's on the wrong channel. Yep, I'm on channel 9. So the reason I didn't fire is this, all these have to be controlled on the same channels. This is on channel 10, and I'm supposed to be on channel 9. There we are. Try that one more time. There we go. Looks good. You see, we get just a tiny bit of that color coming through. So I'm going to increase that way higher. The reason we're not getting so much light is because it's going through a softbox first. I didn't want it to be too hot. So we're going to go up to 5 from where we were before, and take a look at that shot. Okay, I'm going to keep going higher. That's got to be better. There we go. So we're getting that cool pink tone on that side. We want this, like, you know, it's the scientist. We got to have all the colors and stuff. And we have all these beautiful colors on the table and everything. So we want to make sure that we have some of that reflected in the actual portrait. So we got that pink on the one side. The other side is going to be a green light that we've already also gelled on that same softbox. And I have a flag over here as well. How's it going, Brian?
That's great.
Great?
I'm learning so much. I didn't know anything about this.
Learning so much. How's everybody else doing? Good. Thank you. All right, clamp this up. I actually might end up taking those flags off because I might want some of that light to spill, but we'll see. Okay. But we'll see where it's at here. Cool. Okay, so we have our green and our pink lights there mixing in. So before I introduce that key light, we're going to start to bring in some other elements of the shot to kind of really make it, you know, stand out even more. If you guys can see, and I'll bring this to camera, I have this little guy tucked underneath one of the flasks. This is a little mini fog machine. This is a new addition to my kit that stays with me now forever. Fog machines are already really difficult to power on set as it is, especially if we're on location. So this little guy does a lot of help. So we're going to tuck that just underneath that flask. I can control it from this little remote, and it'll give us that nice, you know, big bellow of smoke. I'm reluctant to do this, but we're going to do it anyways. I have a haze machine that's behind him that can be a little unruly, but we're going to see what happens. So cheap Halloween store haze machine. That sounds like a jet about to take off. I'm going to turn this light a touch more. I'm going to kill the lights for a second so you guys can see some more of that light on him. Is that you? Spooky. There we go. I'm just letting the machines heat up a little bit. That haze machine is a nightmare. You just touch it and the whole room fills up with smoke. That little guy's awesome, yeah. But the big boy behind you, he is unruly. All right, let's do one more test just to see what we're still looking like here. Oh, what did I do? Oops. That's a bad photo. I hit the ISO. Does that look great, you guys? There we go. I'm going to pull that softbox back just a touch more, and then we should be ready to go on some of the smoke. So I'm going to trigger that smoke that's underneath that flask. When you start to see it, it'll start doing its thing. Very nice. And you can see it just adds a little bit to the shot, right? I think it actually needs more smoke, more juice. Yeah, I'll fill it back up really quick while that thing's doing it. Jesse,
Yes.
could you do smoke for me behind him? I know you've never used that thing. Yeah, go the other way. You'll just kneel down. So if you look behind it, there should be a LED readout. If you look behind it, does it say heat or ready? Haze, that's ready. Okay, so here's how this thing works. That knob, and then that switch. Turn that knob ever so slightly to the whatever, like just turn it a tiny bit, okay? And hit that switch. Now nothing's gonna come out. So your first instinct is to hit the switch, to like crank it up a little bit more. Keep going. Stop, turn it off. See, it's relentless. There we go. Hold that. Excellent. Wonderful. So we got our key, or no, we have our key. We have our rim lights. We have our smoke effect. We have our haze machine, which is just the work. See how much it's like fills up the room so quickly. We have our rim light, so we're going to introduce that key light. So the key light will be another boomed FJ400. This will have a beauty dish on it. Okay. This is the Westcott Joel Grimes beauty dish. I use this one a lot. It's nice and small. I like the round modifiers over the soft boxes. I like the effects they give. And I'm going to put this boomed overhead. And I'm likely going to grid this one too because I don't want too much light spilling out, but we're going to see. You coughing? Oh, I thought someone was coughing. Oh. The old fog in the nose. There we go there. Now, typically I want to get my modifiers as close as I can to my subjects because that's when you start to see the effect of that modifier the most. I would usually want this to be a little bit closer. We're going to try to get it closer if we can, but I do need a little bit of light to spill onto the table for right now to see what that looks like. The closer you get your modifiers in, the more you start to see the effects of those modifiers. And after all, we are using modifiers for a reason. So we should show the effects of the thing, of the modifiers. We're going to turn this to 4, whatever that power output is, and do another test before I do smoke. That looks good. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, we have to go higher on that thing. There we go. And we start to bring him up now. Looking good. I'm gonna try to get it closer in. All right, that looks cool. Okay, keep my camera settings all the same, you guys. And that's a pretty good place to start. And we can start introducing the other fancy parts of the photo. So we're going to do a smoke shot too. Let's do this one first. We'll bring up that little fog machine underneath that. That fog kind of likes to stay low, which is nice. All right, Jesse, go ahead and give me a hit. He's got to keep turning. It'll spit it out. Maybe.
You want more?
Yeah. I need a big burst. More. More. That's good. Too much. That looks great. Awesome. Very smoky. Okay. Everything's kind of coming together. God, that's too much. It's too much. So now that we got our light, if you guys can hopefully still see me. Now we have our lights somewhat where we need to be. I'm going to work on directing him a little bit more. We'll get that dialed in. Then we're going to introduce smoke, and then we're going to introduce the rats that we have for this shot to really kind of, hit it home. Okay. So when you have this in the air, maniacal. Yeah, I'm going to blow up the world. Pay me $10 million or whatever people do. Hi, Jesse. You okay?
Yeah.
I heard you hit your leg. Throw this in your other hand too. Just want to see. Exactly. That looks good. Hold it so I can see a little bit more of the color in it. But don't be dainty about it, but just have your wrist turned. Exactly. There you go. Okay. We're going to do a little bit of this. I may have already run out of fog juice again, which is not a big deal because we have more than enough smoke in this place right now. All right. Also, if you guys have questions, Sarah, if you're still listening to me, feel free to interrupt me and ask me as I'm shooting. I don't need to wait till the end or anything. Let's do another test. There we go. We got that coming out. That's nice. Crazy maniacal. Excellent. Yeah, that's looking great. Okay, Jesse, let me get it. Some haze. I don't know. A fair amount. Give me a good burst of it. Okay. I'm gonna do a few in a row. A little bit more toward me. Give me a crazy laugh. What was that little piece at the end? That looks great, though. That's looking awesome. Super, super good. This is so much. This is so much. Like, I know we have a window open, but good Lord. So you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Coloring is really cool. We start to see everything in the shot. I wish we could see a little bit more of the kidney and brain. That old thing. I might use a different modifier instead of that beauty dish. Let me see what I got here. I'll try not to bump you, Eric. You're good. I know, so noisy. So this is a medium Octa, similar to that beauty dish that we're using, but we're gonna let that light kind of spill down a little bit more as opposed to, directly at him. And the bigger modifier is gonna help us with that. So we'll pull this out of the scene for a second. That's a much bigger situation. What? What's There we go. So we're going to tilt it down a little bit more so it's kind of hitting a little bit more of the table. And we're going to shoot right underneath it. See if that's low enough, or high enough rather. I gotta go a tiny bit higher with it. I can hear the rats, I think. That's not the rats?
That's a bird.
That's a bird?
Socrates is
I don't know what rats sound like, you guys. Sounds like a rat. I think we know who the rat expert is here. Correct. All right, so that last shot, you guys, we see that there's a lot more light kind of spilling on the table. Also still lighting him. Fantastic shot. We're still looking good. We're going to keep that modifier. I'm going to turn down the background light just a touch more. I might end up actually putting that directly behind him. So we're going to turn that down to 1. That's the lowest power it's going to be at. We're going to do one more test shot from here. They're all test shots until I say so. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. We'll go with that. Okay, smoke time one more time. We'll do one more smoke shot. I will tell you when. Now, that's great. Awesome. Very, very good. It's so good. I'm very pleased. It looks so fun. Can you see it from there or no?
I can't see anything with these goggles on. It's just blurry green. I have no idea what I look like. I can't wait to see it.
It looks great. I'm gonna move our kidney over a little bit. Move our Bunsen burner and move this whole thing. Oh, that was the worst sound of my life. That's an essential oils kit, by the way. It had nothing to do with science at all. Oh, it's so smoky.
Some science teacher's gonna be real upset about that.
Yeah. All right. Jesse, I think we're good for right now. Awesome. Very, very, very good. Happy with that. I want to venture into high-speed sync a little bit. I want to see what that's going to look like. So right now we're at 1/200th of a second. I'm going to go to probably 1/400th of a second and see what that looks like. Just want to kill some more of this ambient light in the room. It's just the slightest little difference, but we're going to stay there. I like that a lot. Very good. All right, Yofi, I think it's rat time. Let's go table rat.
All right.
We have 2 rats, one that's good for the shoulders and one that's good for the table. We're going to start with table rat. Table rat is her name is Velcro. This is Yofi, everyone, as Yofi walks by. Yofi was kind enough to lend us the rats today. I've never said that before.
Something you could say frequently with me.
Something you say frequently.
I think you could.
So Yofi, you can be like right here, just be careful, or actually be on this side, that way you don't trip over stuff. Just right there. If she tries to drink stuff, just kind of catch her. All right. Yeah, I know, right? All right, Jesse, please. That's good there. And we're just going to wait for Velcro to do something. Come on, Velcro. Go to the kidneys. Go to the kidney. That's good enough. She'll figure it out. I'm going to pull that.
Yeah, I'm watching her.
I'm sorry.
Other way. She's gonna keep doing stuff in between shots.
Yeah, I know. She'll be a diva about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were so close to me. I don't like rats. It's important to have fun on your shoots, you guys, and do something that scares you. And this rat is, don't jump, is so scary. So scary. All right.
I don't know what you're looking for, but I don't have it.
Oh, it's adorable. All right, can we get the rat out of there? Just a little bit. There we go. All right. We're good. Crazy. Go a little bit more toward me. There you are. Where's the rat? There he is. Or there she is. Velcro. Go somewhere else. Velcro, you're the worst. Go ahead. Put her near the kidney. Can we get her in the center? There we go. Well, now you're just being full yourself. Let's calm down here, Velcro. Oh, that's really great, though. All right. We're so close to good. I'm going to put some more fog in this. You can go ahead and grab Velcro for a second. Velcro needs a break.
I like how Socrates is just being held like a baby over there.
I think Socrates is also going to be in this photo, too.
Oh, yeah?
I think so.
Oh.
I think we're pulling double duty on Brian. Really make this a difficult shoot.
They're easy.
Yeah, they're better than dogs. Dogs are tough. We shot a TV commercial with a dog one time. That was an experience.
I couldn't imagine trying to make my dog sit still for a photo shoot.
It was quite the.
What, a trained dog?
Nope.
Oh, well, see, mine are okay.
It was not a well-trained dog. It was someone who said the dog was well-trained. It was definitely not. Okay. Jesse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to change something. Hold on, let me see something here. Let me turn that light off. I want to look at one thing. It's funny if you're just standing there. I'm going to flag this down a little bit more. So flagging, everyone, if you don't know what that is I'm making sure like just the side of the softbox is going to light him, and this is also going to help getting light, less light hitting that wall behind. That's okay. All right, we'll do a shot from here. The wig is outrageous, by the way. Ah, that's wonderful. I like that a lot. Like that a lot. Okay. She going back in? I'm ready. Jesse, if you will, give me a twist of the old dial. All right, gonna let that smoke fill out over there. Velcro, do something. Go being a diva. Give me that big maniacal laugh one more time. Awesome. You're doing great. I'm serious.
Thanks. Oh, dear God. I can't see. Like, these are. You can always see it.
All right, let's go back in. Where'd she go?
Right here.
Behind the brains and kidneys. All right, we get some more smoke over there. Not you, Jesse. You're good. Actually, I'm gonna let that decimate a little bit. Yeah, of course. Of course, it's gonna be the perfect shot. There's gonna be too much smoke in the shot. Very good. Oh, that's actually okay. Gotta get some of this out of here. Where's that thing? There it is. It's like a smoke screen in here. Okay, where did I put? Anybody see the little remote? Oh, there. So that last frame that you guys can see, honestly, I would probably roll with that one and call it a day. It's a little too much smoke in it, but it's definitely usable, and I can definitely dehaze that a little bit in post just to bring it out a touch more. Going back through these really quick. Yeah, they're all looking great. So it's about getting that perfect shot with Velcro and that shot with him and getting that just like nailed hit. So when we're done, quote unquote done, we're gonna do something a little special at the end of this shot to really kind of sell this whole thing. Can we bring Velcro back? Checking on Socrates, I know. Socrates, everyone else is the other rat. Jesse, if you will.
Yep.
That's good, Jesse. Thank you. Okay, let that smoke fill over there. And Velcro would be a great time to do something. Very good. Can you try putting Velcro on the kidney or in the center of the table? Just wherever you can. Well, that's just perfect. That was phenomenal. Velcro. Velcro, you little model, you. Your weird little butt. Let's do a few more with Velcro some more. And then we're going to try Velcro and Socrates and hopefully not have a panic attack. I'm running out of smoke on that thing again. Let's see what we get here. That's great. Chin up a little, look toward that light again like you just did. There you go.
I'm scared.
Awesome. Okay. We have one in the bank that I'm pleased with that I can wrap up the shoot right now and call it a day. But we want to push it further.
All right.
We want to make this as uncomfortable as we possibly can for Brian. We're going to bring in Socrates. Socrates. I know it's like the real name, but I didn't know if it was like. I'm not a complete moron, everybody. That's Socrates.
All right, so she's the shoulder rag, but she can go on the table too.
Shoulder, please.
Which shoulder?
Mm-hmm. You're a champion.
And she will position herself
It's okay.
behind the neck, so
It's okay. We'll see where she
I'll
ends up.
move her when it's about time.
Sure.
Creepy crawlies.
If you're at home right now, and you are at home, just give a little round of applause for Brian already. Just a little clap. He'll never know, but we'll know. All right, we're gonna let that smoke build up. We can just get Velcro on the kidneys. If this photo is blurry because I'm laughing, I'm going to be annoyed. Because it's amazing. All right, go ahead and grab Socrates. I keep saying Socrates. Socrates. Just watch the hose. I think we got one there. Yeah, we got one of those we can use for sure. How you feeling?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think we're good on them for now.
For now?
For now, they can let them take 5. They've earned it.
Yeah.
yeah, 10. Take 10. Take a hard 10.
The claws on the neck that just really just,
Yeah.
they get me.
It is hard.
I'm sure.
It doesn't hurt,
It's weird.
It hurts me.
So really quick, you guys, we're gonna let the smoke kind of settle a touch. We're gonna go way back to where we were. Nope, that's not even where we were. These are our ambient room exposures, okay? And comparing that to something like this, where it has so much more energy and there's different lighting. We see the highlights here on the little Tesla coil. We see the highlights on all the glass. It just really hits home this, really dynamic and interesting portrait. Hello. You missed all the fun. Do you know that there's rats in here? Because Brian knows.
Me, I do know.
So, kind of done in the bank here. We're going to do something called elephant toothpaste. If you guys know what that is, it's all over YouTube. It's a really cool thing. You mix hydrogen peroxide, yeast, and a little bit of soap, and it creates a big old foam, not explosion, but a reaction. And we're gonna try to get that reaction in a shot. So I'm gonna take the giant flask here from Brian. I'll pour this out in the sink over here. Granted, I learned how to do this morning, so I don't know how well this is gonna work, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Soap. This will make a mess. So we're gonna do some green food coloring. All right, so we got the food coloring in. We're gonna do just a tiny touch of this stuff. This is just dishwashing soap. I'm really hoping this works. It was the peroxide, right?
Yeah, that's when you want a lot of.
So I do that. I'm gonna do that last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So less dish soap, more peroxide.
Yep, that's what I did. So that's our yeast. There's kind of a time limit to this. So when it's
Where do you want it to be?
to be the same thing you're doing.
Same thing I'm doing.
Same thing you're doing. I got to get my ducks in a row here. So I'm going to pour this in. I'm going to fill it, kind of shake it a little bit, and then it will start to do its thing.
Okay.
It's not like a big
You
explosion.
want me to just pick it up here and
Just
then
aha! Yeah,
pour all
let
over
it
me?
just let it come out. Let it do whatever it's going to do.
Look at
Same
it
thing you're
before.
doing. Yeah, same thing you're doing before. Don't stir it just yet. Is it moving quick? Jesse, give me a little bit. Go ahead. Grip it by the top. Hold it like by the top again. Give it a little stir. Yep, shake it a little bit. All right, turn toward me, the same thing. There'll be more peroxide in there. I want to. Oh, I want more. A little bit lower. Very good. Just keep it going, yeah. Look kind of over Eric's head.
Over Eric.
This way, yeah. Awesome. I can't believe that worked. It did work. I did a science. I did science. I did all the science. That looks awesome. How's it going over there? Is it hot?
It's working. It's fine.
Okay. Let's do a few more. We'll just leave it how it is. It's kind of perfect like that. The other hand, let's have that out a little bit more. Up, that can be up in the air too. Yeah, sure. Very good. Very, very, very good.
Oh, yeah, the glasses.
The goggles. This thing overheats like crazy. There we go. How do you feel about Velcro being on the table now?
You can try it.
Want to try it? I would say,
Or keep her up.
I'm going to go, yeah, don't worry about Socrates. I'd say introduce Velcro from this side. So it doesn't, you know, all that garbage over there. That's cool though. That looks like cool slime.
It's pretty cool.
I'll have you kind of just bend down and then place her. I'll do a couple quick shots and then we'll grab her. So we'll get the smoke working first and all that stuff. Okay, let that build up. Jesse, give me a little bit. All right, go ahead, Velcro. That's good. Velcro, go a little bit the other way, Velcro. Don't jump, you have everything to live for. Just keep on what you got, Brian. We're getting there. All right, grab her. Don't want her enjoying that. Yo, if you made it in the shot. Woohoo! That looks great. Yeah, those all totally work. Velcro can take a 5.
Starting to get a little tired.
Get a little tired? Yeah. Velcro needs a better agent.
I agree.
All right. Let that sit for a sec. Wanna? Sure. Let me get you the taps. We also have vinegar to get that food coloring off with. I bought some. Just get your hands green. But white vinegar cleans it off. And how's it over here? Oh, it didn't fall.
It hasn't dripped yet.
Good.
Are we done? Do you want to clean this all up? Or
No, you can leave it like that for now. We're gonna do one more shot. We'll get it later. So grab that flask again. You're gonna hold it in front like, you know. Exactly. I'm gonna put this right, so put the flash right on top of it. Let that build up. I'm gonna do a tight shot, so we have one. Hold it up a little bit closer to your face. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. Like you're almost looking down in it. And then chin up. Come from your waist, just kind of bend back a little bit more. There you go. Hold it forward a little bit more so you can block that smoke. There we go. Give me the crazy laugh one more time. Oh, that's so good. If this isn't your profile picture, tomorrow I'll be very upset. That looks fantastic. I feel good. It's a good shot. Let's look back at these really quick, y'all. I know you're not crossing your eyes, but I think you're crossing your eyes. I know you're not, but it's the goggles. Like, no. It's good. I think I want you to cross your eyes.
Can you even see my eyes?
No, it's just the shape of the goggles. Let's try something. I don't know if you'll be able to do this or not. So is there a way that you can hold the flask?
Yes.
And with your thumbs, hold this behind it?
Yes. Got it.
Yeah, what am I saying? You're a magician. Yep. A little bit higher. A little bit higher up. Hold that. I pressed the wrong button. Shit. That's a lot. Hold that. There we go. So by placing that little fog machine behind the button, that's perfect. We get that effect of it coming out of the flask. Thank you, sir. Very, very cool. That looks perfect. No one ever knows. Just so we can see the difference, y'all, I'm going to turn off those side lights and just fire with that one flash. We'll do the same wide shot this time. Yeah. So just one light firing this time, you guys. And you see, we just having that, just the one light, we lose all that dynamic stuff in the photo, all those colors and textures that gets brought out by lighting things from the side and lighting things with gels and all that. It really just kind of hits home this, for lack of a better term, kind of nuclear mad scientist shot. That looks great though. I like when they work. Going back to the very beginning, that's our raw, I'll just science class shot, no real consideration or thought to the location. And as we build our lights up in our smoke machines, we see how much of an effect that makes in telling that narrative. Now in post, I already said this before, I'm gonna put some fire under the Bunsen burner, or maybe just eliminate it altogether. I'll bring up the shadows of the kidney and the brain down here just to make sure we still see it. We can see Velcro looks wonderful in the shot. She's a pro. She's very famous. The elephant toothpaste worked out very well. Oh, that's great. Good slime coming off of that. Yeah, you guys. Since I'm in Lightroom, again, if anyone has questions, now's a good time to talk or ask or whatever. We'll do a little tiny quick, not edit, but color correct or whatever you want to call it. There was a shot, there it is, when Velcro was peeking at the little coiled beaker here. I'll do a little bump in clarity. We'll bump that dehaze. We'll do a shadow bump as well, some contrast. Get some vibrance, make sure we get those colors. And we'll just lower our white balance to get a little bit colder in here. From the top, I will crop the top of that part out, crop the bottom. I always want my shots to be more horizontal than they are tall. It's the whole cinematic thing. Just make sure that it has that cinema feel to it.
Yeah, how are your eyes? Right in here?
You can take the goggles off. Okay, good. Let that load. Super sharp. Let's do You guys can see it's, again, super, super sharp shot. Lens is crushing it. Lighting looks beautiful. Really sells the narrative that we're trying to produce here in this whole frame. Brian, you want to see one?
I do.
There you go.
See one. Oh, that's so cool.
Got little guy down, or Velcro down there.
Oh, wow.
Got all the smoke, everything looks
He's in
like.
a perfect spot.
He's in a
I
perfect
love
spot.
The lighting on him.
Yeah, totally. And one of the last ones we did with the.
Hey, Jonathan,
Yes.
I think someone asked what was the final exposure?
As far as the camera settings?
I think, Jim, if you're able to expand on your question, I just want to make sure. It says set exposure, question mark?
I don't know if you can see the shutter 400, aperture 4, ISO 50, auto white balance down here or not.
Yeah. Jim, is that what you were talking about? Just making sure I'm answering the question.
I'm happy with this. I don't know if this is going to be the one, but I'm pretty pleased with this shot. What's that? Velcro.
Perfect.
Velcro couldn't be better.
Yeah.
And that's something where like you couldn't fake that. Like we could put a fake rat on the table and be, oh, it's a fake rat. But you're not gonna get like a standing up rat to really like, yeah, a curious rat, the best type of rats. Yeah, so was there a question about the camera settings? If so, final exposure was 1/400th of a second at f4. ISO is 50. Flash outputs, the key light was at 5.3. The background, I'm sorry, the rim lights were at 7.9, so just a couple ticks under full power. And then finally, that boomed overhead light that's hitting the wall was at 1, the lowest power. So we're just getting a little pop of light on the back of the wall. And all that light in the background is doing is bringing up stuff like the glass behind his head and some of the stuff on the other side. That's all that light's really trying to accomplish. Oops. The skeleton is hilarious. I keep looking at the skeleton. We made such a mess too. No, I thought it'd be way worse.
The elephant toothpaste was gonna really.
No. We can do one. Get rid of some of that distortion too. Whoops. There we go. So that's one of our final frames. I'll take these camera settings and go into one of the tighter portraits. Maybe there. And apply those same settings. And that's our tight shot. That looks really good. Yeah, that color came out real nice in that. I probably will tweak the colors in that other one a bit more. Where did it go? There it is. There we go. Get those greens nuclear. And it's probably magenta. There we go. Awesome. We may wrap up a little early, you guys. It's only 6:50 or 7:15. No, 5:14. No, 5:15 there. Yeah.
Nothing about that topic right now.
Yeah. Is there any more questions about anything? Just in general, life advice. Anything you guys want to know?
Someone is suggesting you should put a mask on the skeleton for COVID-19.
He doesn't even have a jaw.
No, you're getting a lot of great feedback. A lot of it's coming just to the panelists. So people are saying it's terrific. They had no idea how much work was involved. Looks awesome, excellent.
Thanks,
So,
you guys. Y'all
yeah,
are,
got some fans.
you're all the best. What's that? Yeah, it didn't have ears to hold it up.
I could have put the one that's mine, though, it's like the entire bottom half of the face.
But you can see the skeleton in this, which is kind of neat. Nice little Easter egg there. If you guys can tell, we also, before the shoot, it's hard. Again, these are those little details that we talk about. I put food coloring down the little coil here so you can see it's got like a red and yellow, what'd you call it? Ombre? Gradient, ombre, whatever. But had we not, we would just get that clear going straight through the glass. So having that little bit of color in that also helps that stand off from the background and everything else too. Dang, that came out cool. I don't think there's anything else we can do. We'll try, let's do one more close-up shot. We got some time. Let's do one more. I have an idea. Yeah. Kind of question is that? You're good.
Sorry. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
You're good. You are totally good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're going to kind of peek over the top of these.
I'm going to peek off.
Yeah, kind of over the top of the, yeah, exactly. But where do I put this?
Can we hold it down here?
Yeah, exactly. And you just keep your hands hidden.
Do you want to go higher or what?
I hate tether cables. And oh, where's the smoke remote? Can yeah, someone hand me that little thing, or just press A for a split second. A little bit higher, or there you go. Right there. A little bit more smoke, please. Okay. Put it under your chin. And then go ahead. Smoke, smoke, please. Awesome. That's fun. I feel like there's like an undertone message in this one. Maybe college. That looks cool though. You're just trying to emphasize or utilize all those colors that we have in set. Yeah, I think that's probably, I don't know what else we can possibly do to you, Brian. We put you through rats and smoke and lots of other stuff. And then you broke my light. I'm just trying to find that frame again. There it is. I think that is going to be the winner. Yeah. So it's always fun to kind of do these theme shots, and you know, especially around Halloween. I do a very large Halloween shoot every year. At least I've been doing it now for the past 8 years, I think it is. I'll be doing that in a couple weeks. So this kind of is a good precursor to that for me. It's a good warm up. So it's you know, it's in line with Halloween, and it's got the cool vibe of that, and you know, it does tell that story, and it is, you know, we took those steps to ensure that there's a strong narrative in the shot, and not just a simple portrait. And all in all, it came out great. You know, putting these things together, having the rat and the set design and the props and the wig and the goggles and the colors and paying attention to the colors and having all these things, the smoke, all of that just helps, you know, it saves so much time editing. It's a lot more time up front, but this is the fun part. This is why we're all photographers, and this is why we're all creators, because we actually get to create stuff and not rely on software later on to make a photo as opposed to just enhancing what we've already done. What does that sound? Oh, that's the Haze Machine, isn't it? Go ahead and yank that. Just plug that one. Unplug that. I haven't used that thing for years. Did you do the clown shoot? You did the clown shoot. That's the last time I used that thing. Yeah. That was like 5 years ago. That was a good one. That was a really good one. We kept that clown suit out in the rain the day, like that day, remember? I put it out, it was all wet and muddy. Yeah. Really wanted to make, what's his name? I really make him miserable in that shot. So he sold the whole creepy clown thing really well. Any other questions, you guys? I think we can probably wrap it up here in a minute, if that's okay with everyone else.
I don't see any other questions, so I think we're probably good. That was really cool. Like really cool.
I'll go ahead and
I
stop.
can't believe how perfect Velcro like posed in that photo.
It's
Literally perfect.
couple bucks. What was that? Oh, yeah, Velcro killed it on that. So thank you so much to Velcro. Thank you. All right, can I hold the rat? Ugh.
Even though she's more active,
No,
which one do you want?
just put one on me.
Overcome your fear.
What's that?
You said overcome your fear.
Here's the thing. I asked, ooh, don't you sneak up on me with it though. I asked people to do things on set, right? Like, but if you're not willing to do it yourself, you're kind of a jerk. It's so close. Oh,
You can do it. You can do it. It's so cute.
I can't. You just gotta do it. Oh my God. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much. I hate it. Get it off. I don't like it.
Outstanding.
I'm crying. That was too much.
God. Well,
I'm a professional.
thank you. Thank you so much. I just want to say thank you to all of the attendees for joining us. I hope you guys had a great time, not only in this webinar, but in any of the other webinars you attended. Please remember that there is special pricing on lenses throughout the week on all Tamron lenses, or most of them. So definitely visit Bedford's, give them a call, go to the store. If you have any questions, they'll get you taken care of. And thank you so much, Jonathan. This was great.
Thank you. This has been so much fun. And oh, yeah, clap. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bedford.
What's that?
I said thank you, Bedfords, for letting us hang out.
Thank you so much, Tamron. Thank you, Bedford, for doing this. And if you guys have any questions, please find me on social, Thorpe Photo, website, jthorpephoto.com, website, or email, info@jthorpephoto.com. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys may have. These shoots are a lot of fun. I encourage you guys to try them and just step out of your comfort zone a little bit and create some cool narrative photos. So thanks again for tuning in. I hope you guys learned something. And I will see you guys hopefully in person someday. Yeah, fingers crossed for sure.
Hopefully. Hopefully. Alrighty, thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.